Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a massive Bookish unboxing for you, so stay tuned. So as you can see here, I have 14 Bookish boxes to unbox for you today. Oh my goodness, so many. So I have 6 Once Upon a Book Club boxes. So we have, I think, 3 YA and 3 adult. And then we have 8 Unplugged book boxes. So I believe we have 4 adult and 4 YA. This is going to take some time. Get yourself a snack, have a cup of tea, get ready for a nice long video. Alright, I'm going to kind of shuffle things around here so I'm not boxed in. That was terrible. Give myself a little bit more room and bring the camera a little closer so I can show you all the goodies, and we will get started. Okay, now that we're a little more up close and personal. Wow, I'm looking even more pink with this pink wall behind me. Should I fix it? Nah. So I guess we'll start with the Once Upon a Book Club boxes. For these, I'm pretty much just going to show you the books, and I'll show you the gifts, but I'm not going to be unwrapping the gifts. I do those separate in a, I'll vlog while I'm reading the book and open the gifts and show it along with the story. So let's start with this one. The green boxes are the young adult boxes. Okay. Opening this one up, looks like so. The book for this is Eventide. We have a signed book plate. A little print here. It says, "Some truths are better left unsaid." And they've started including one of these little bookmarks here. Really, it's just to fully experience this box, remember to only open your gifts once you reach the given page. Don't worry, we'll remind you. Yes, once you get to the certain pages, there's a post-it note that says open your gift for page whatever. So here is our book. And this, let's see, it's green with gold font. This says, Wheeler, Arkansas, 1907. When their father descends into madness after the death of their mother, Verity Pruitt and her little sister Lila find themselves on an orphan train to rural Arkansas. In Wheeler, 11-year-old Lila is quickly adopted, but 17-year-old Verity is not. Desperate to stay close to her sister, Verity indentures herself as a farmhand. But even charming farm boy Abel Atchley can't completely distract her from the sense that something is not quite right in this little town. Strange local superstitions abound, especially about the eerie old well at the center of the forest. The woods play tricks, unleashing heavy fog and bone-chilling cold, and sometimes visions of things that aren't there. But for Verity, perhaps most unsettling of all is the revelation that her own parents have a scandalous history in this very town. And as she tries to unearth the past, sinister secrets come with it, secrets that someone will go to violent lengths to protect. Eventide is a haunting tale of long-buried secrets, small-town scandal, and single-minded vengeance by talented debut novelist Sarah Goodman. And then we have gifts for page 147, 129, 315, and 103. Also in their little magazine or flyer or whatever you call it, there is like a conversation with the author, discussion questions, read-along dates. Looks like on the back we have a DIY floral protection ward, and there's instructions on how to do that. Alright, next up we have this adult box, and this one looks like so. Oh, actually I think this is their Christmas box, not one of their regular monthly boxes. So the book in this one is In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren, and we do have a signed book plate. And we also have a print here. It says Walking in a Winter Wonderland. This is great. I love that. We have a gift for page 164 for $2.85 for $1.44 and for $2.81. And the back says, "It's the most wonderful time of year, but not for Maylin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her ongoing nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, the snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent the holidays every year since she was born, along with 2 other beloved families." Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. "Please, show me what will make me happy." The next thing she knows, tires screech and metal collides, everything goes black. But when May gasps awake, she's on an airplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday all over again. With one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane, May must figure out how to break free of the strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. Jam-packed with Yuletide cheer and unforgettable cast of characters, and Christina Lauren's trademark downright hilarious hijinks, this swoon-worthy romantic read will make you believe in the power of wishes and the magic of the holidays. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Also, if you're interested in some more information or just hearing Christina Lauren talk, we did actually do a live show a couple of seasons back for one of our season-a-thons, and I'll link that live show up here. We did autobiography as our group book. Okay, now on to the next box. This one's a young adult one, and actually I think this might have been the October box, so the other one may have been the November box. I don't know. This one has The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. We have a little interview with them, discussion questions, read-along dates. Then we also have How to Fill a Spell Bottle That Radiates Positivity. And something in this box smells really good. Let's see. We have a little pack of tea. This is not for any particular page. It just says, "You can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long enough to suit me, C.S. Lewis." And there's like 2 packs of tea in here. We have the little bookmark. We have a print that says, "You're magic and you can do anything." A gift for page 55. One for page 117. One for page 108. For page 66. Then we have 2 signed book plates. And the book. It's very pretty. Black with like pink foil font. This says, "Only their sisterhood can save them." At first glance, the sisters of ultra-exclusive Kappa Rao Nu, the Ravens, seem like typical sorority girls. Ambitious, beautiful, and smart, they're the most powerful girls on Westerly College's Savannah, Georgia campus. But the Ravens aren't just regular sorority girls, they're witches. Scarlet Winter has always known she's a witch, and she's determined to be the sorority's president, just like her mother and sister before her. But if a painful secret from her past ever comes to light, she could lose absolutely everything. Vivi Devereaux has no idea she's a witch, and she's never lived in one place long enough to make a friend. So when she gets a coveted bid to pledge the Ravens, she vows to do whatever it takes to be part of the magical sisterhood. The only thing standing in her way is Scarlet. Who doesn't think Vivi is Raven's material? But when a wicked power rises on campus, the girls will have to put their rivalry aside and save their fellow sisters. Someone has discovered the Raven's secret, and that someone will do anything to see these witches burn. Ooh. This is such a pretty cover. Okay, next we have this adult box. This one looks like so. The book for this one is Miss Benson's Beetle by Rachel Joyce. And we have the interview, discussion questions, and then on the back here we have just like a bunch of different kinds of beetles. And I like tell us what the different beetles are. Okay, we got our bookmark, tea again, this print that says, "But now the time for dreaming and wishing was over, and she was going." Oh, there's a letter from the author on this one. This says, "Dear reader, a number of people have asked why I chose to write a book with a beetle in it. It turns out that people like butterflies but tend to be more squeamish about insects without those large, elegant wings. The truth is that Miss Benson's Beetle is mainly a story about two women and the extraordinary journey they go on together, both across the world and into themselves. But my passion for beetles began when I was a child. We were living on a small estate in southeast London. There were fields at the back and a few small alleyways, but it was residential, so we often played on the road. It was a bit of a haven until the day I saw something in the ground that terrified me so much I ran home sobbing. I had seen a monster. It was my father who took me back to the spot. I showed him this terrifying creature with horns, and he told me it was a stag beetle. He also explained that the beetle was more frightened of me than I was of the beetle, and I must take care not to hurt it. This was my first lesson in trying to understand what you don't know. It was also uncharacteristic for a man who once found a tiny scorpion and not only squashed it and cut it in half, but also buried the remains about 3 feet under the ground. The thing I most love about the beetle is that it has 2 sets of wings. It has a hardened outer set, and then a much more fragile pair that does the actual flying. The beetle needs both. It needs the flying wings and the ones that protect them. And it struck me that this is the same with friendships. I need the women in my life, and they need me. And sometimes my role is to protect, and sometimes it is to move things along. Our roles change. The truest friendship allows us to step out of the confines of what we once were and to realize what we might be. When I wrote Mrs. Benson's Beetle, I had never heard of things like lockdown or social distancing. I hadn't considered a world where we would all wear face coverings. Instead, I imagined an island on the other side of the world and 2 women whose passion for adventure became my own inspiration. It was meant to be a small, quiet book. I promised my editor it would be. What I hadn't banked on is that when you put the 2 women like Marjorie Benson and Enid Pretty together, sparks fly. This year has been one of the most challenging of my life. What has sustained me are my friendships. What has also sustained me is the knowledge that somehow I had the foresight not to write a quiet book, but instead a wild, searching, up and down adventure story about 2 glorious women and an island on the other side of the world. This is why I'm so proud and thrilled to be part of the Once Upon a Book Club. It reminds us that even in a time of isolation, there is still the possibility for connection. I hope you enjoy Mrs. Benson's Beetle. I hope you find Marjorie and Enid's gumption inspires you. I hope you never feel the need to run away from a stag beetle. And even though it is hard for us to travel right now and experience the wonder of the world, we can do it with books and the imagination. We can still keep trying to understand what we don't know in a closed-in world that seems more important than ever before. With my best wishes, Rachel Joyce. Okay, so we have a gift for page 333, page 197, and page 57. And there is a bookmark actually in the book. Incredible Creatures, the Golden Beetle of New Caledonia. Sorry if the angle changed, but my SD card filled up. So now I'm going to read what this says because I didn't really get what the book's about other than something about a beetle and friendship. So this says, it is 1950. London is still reeling from World War II, and Marjorie Benson, a school teacher and spinster, is trying to get through life surviving on scraps. One day she reaches her breaking point, abandoning her job and small existence to set out on an expedition to the other side of the world in search of her childhood obsession, an insect that may or may not exist, the golden beetle of New Caledonia. When she advertises for an assistant to accompany her, the woman she ends up with is the last person she had in mind. Fun-loving Enid Pretty, in her tight-fitting pink suit and pom-pom sandals, seems to attract trouble wherever she goes. But together, these 2 British women find themselves drawn into a cross-ocean adventure that exceeds all expectations and delivers something neither of them expected to find: the transformative power of friendship. Okay? Next up, we have another adult box, and this one looks like so. So the book is The Lost Love Song by Minnie Dark. And we have a little interview with the author, discussion questions, read-along dates. On the back we have soundtrack of my life playlist. And so you just make a playlist for your life, I guess. I don't know. We got a print here. It says, those that truly love have roots that grow toward each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two. And we have another letter from the author. This says, dear reader, what if the thing that was making its way around the world right now wasn't something frightening, but something beautiful? What if it wasn't something that kept people apart, but something with power to draw them together? My new novel, The Last Love Song, imagines exactly that, as it tells the story of a bewitching song that travels the globe, bringing love and connection everywhere it goes. The Lost Love Song begins with Dinah, a classical pianist, and her partner, Ari. Although she loves him deeply, she's nervous about taking the final step into marriage. Just before she leaves Australia for an international concert tour, Ari presses her to commit, and Dinah begins to write a love song that says all the things she struggles to communicate in words. While she's away, she finally decides she's ready to marry him and finds the perfect ending for her song. But tragedy strikes, and the chance for Dinah to play her song for Ari is lost forever. The idea that inspired me to write this story was this. Could a lost song find its way around the world? Could it travel ear to ear, heart to heart, back to the person for whom it was written? In the pages of the Lost Love Song, Dinah's melody traverses the world, moving from Singapore to London, Edinburgh to Vancouver, Toronto to New York, and beyond, intervening in love stories of all kinds. The song mends a fissure in a relationship between a single father and his fractious teenage daughter, enables a reconciliation between estranged brothers, and becomes the anthem for the giddiness of a rapturous first love. Remember that feeling? Most importantly, though, the song is overheard in a train station by the wandering poet, Evie Greenless, and for her it is a wake-up call that it's time to stop settling for second best and return to Australia in search of a proper home for her heart. It won't surprise anyone who reads this book that I love music. Most especially, I love the many ways it can make me feel. Music has the power to inspire us to action, soothe us to sleep, enable us to vent, get us to dance, and even make us fall in love. Sadly, I don't play any musical instruments myself, although my mother did her best when I was a child. I never was one for practicing my violin or piano. I prefer to tell stories to my music teachers. I do, however, sing loudly in the car. This book is the closest I will come, I imagine, to writing a song of my own. I hope that as you read, you will hear the story's melodies and cadences in your imagination. At the back of the book is a playlist that includes the songs I was listening to as I wrote, and the songs I chose to represent each of the important characters in the story. Please be assured that although there's some sadness in the Lost Love Song, there's also a huge amount of joy. This book is intended to wrap you up warmly and take you along the way from the cares and concerns of our present reality to a world in which a love song is sweet enough, strong enough, beautiful enough to give two bruised souls a chance at their happily ever after. I am so pleased to be able to be part of the Once Upon a Book Club and for the miracle of writing, which allows me, sitting here at my desk in my studio on the island of Tasmania near the bottom of the world, to send a story to you wherever you are. I trust that The Last Love Song will take you on a magical journey and bring you safely back home to joy. Minnie Dark. And then we have a gift for page 220. Something in here with the music around it for page 186. A gift for page... Ooh. There is something in here that's got crumbs. And it's sprinkling everywhere for page 240. We have our bookmark. A gift that's covered in crumbs. But they don't have a smell, so I don't know what it is. This is for page 355. The book is also covered. And here we go, the book. Very floppy paperback. I love it. Oh, and I didn't show y'all. Let me find a page that has a gift. When you get to the page that has a gift, it has a little post-it note stuck to it when you're supposed to open your gift. It looks like salt. I bet it's like a bath salt or something. Okay, now for the last Once Upon a Book Club box. And this one is freaking heavy. Oh my goodness, it's like probably double, maybe even triple the weight than the other ones. Okay, opening this one up. Looks like so. We have our bookmark. We have a print. Here, let me get this. The book is The Love Curces of Melody McIntyre. Oh, and this one's YA. And this is by Robin Talley. So same as before. On the back we have something, it's like, I guess the cover of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Maybe that has something to do with the story. We have a print here. It says, when love hits you, it hits you all at once and nothing's ever the same again. And then we have a letter from the author. It says, dear reader, welcome to the world of Melody McIntyre. Or McIntyre. Mel loves a lot of things, which is a problem given her whole love curse situation. But her first love will always be theater. You'll find out more about Mel and her crew soon, but for now, here's a list of her all-time favorite musicals, some of which may make an appearance in the novel. 1. Les Miserables. This one makes a big appearance. 2. Spring Awakening. 3. Hamilton. 4. Dear Evan Hansen. 5. Fun Home. 6. In the Heights. 7. The Lion King. 8. School of Rock. 9. Fiddler on the Roof. And 10. Newsies. I hope you enjoy reading Mel's story as much as I enjoyed writing it. Yours in love and drama, Robin. Gonna have to read the back of that one because I don't know what that book's about. Okay, so we have a gift for page 394. We have one for $2.99 and one for $1.81. This actually feels like it might be a book. And then our book here. Ooh, it's got a pretty cover. I like that. I like when they have pretty covers. Okay, this says, Melody McIntyre, stage manager extraordinaire, has to plan for everything, or has a plan for everything. Lead actor, need a breath mint? She's on it. Comic relief, bust a seam, Mel's sewing kit at the ready. Not only is her plan A foolproof, she's got a plan B and a plan C because actors can be total fools. What she doesn't have? Success with love. Every time she falls for someone during rehearsals, both the romance and the show end in catastrophe. So Mel swears off love until the upcoming production of Les Mis is over. Of course, Mel didn't count on Odile Rose, rising star in the acting world, auditioning for the spring production. And she definitely didn't expect Odile to be sweet and funny and care as much about play success as Mel. Which means that Melody McIntyre's only plan now is trying desperately not to fall in love. That sounds cute. And it looks like it's queer. I like that. Fun! I'm really curious what this gift is because it definitely feels like a book. I think this is why it was so heavy. Okay, now on to this giant stack of Unplugged book boxes. So I think we have purple and we have orange. So I'm guessing, but I could be wrong, that it's like the Once Upon a Book Club where there's different colors for YA and for adult. And these are not in any particular order, so I don't know what month they are. We'll find out together. Okay, opening this one up. It is the young adult, so purple may be young adult. December 2020 box, and the theme is opportunity. Move some of the worms out of the way so you can see there is something very, very strong smelling in here. So let's see, the first thing we have is Moonstruck from Portland, Oregon. This is nutty milk chocolate cinnamon cocoa. Yum. Then we have an enamel pen. This is, it's actually a Narnia pen. So you're probably not going to be able to see it on the camera, but we do have a little light post with little boards on it pointing directions, and we have Aslan Country, Care Parval, Sparecom, Silver Sea, and Tumnus House. It looks like this. And then we have what looks like, well, I don't know what it looks like, hold on. These are Twilight socks. I mean, I'm not against Twilight, but these are not good quality. Like, okay, so, but it's not, I don't even think it's a seam. It's just where they're like laid flat. There's just like a white line down both sides. Meh. Okay, so we got some socks. Okay. Ooh, that is what is smelling strong. Not bad, just strong. What is it? A little baggy here. We have Tale as Old as Time hand soap. Is it this little one that smells so strong? We have, this is these are cute. Oh, so the Tale as Old as Time hand soap, and this one is Enchanted Rose mini soap. It's a little bitty soap. So here's what the bigger one looks like. And there's what the little one looks like. Maybe it was, ooh, it's the bag, I think. Maybe it's something else in here that's making it smell so strong. Because there's another bath product. Yeah, I think that's it. I love these little bags so much. Okay, this is Eucalyptus shower steamer, and it's from Blood and Starlight. It's Akiva. This is definitely what I was smelling. Eucalyptus. Okay, then we got something here in plastic. Okay, so this is just a lined journal, but it has like a plastic cover over it. And there's a quote on the front. It says, "It was impossible, of course, but when did that ever stop any dreamer from dreaming?" From Strange to the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. And it just looks like that. Nice. We have a 2020 reflection guide. And we have a letter from the author, which I will get to shortly. We have a thank you card from Unplugged Book Box. And then we have our book. Oh, actually, after I took the book out, I saw that there's something else down in here. We have a pen. And it's like a stylus on one end. And it has pretty little crystals on the inside. Anyway, it looks like this. Super pretty. I love sparkles. Let's make sure it works. It does. It's black ink. Yay. I love this pen. Okay, so our book is A Curse of Roses by Diana Hinjuka. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. I haven't heard of this. Let's see what the author says. Dear Unplugged Book Box subscriber, my book is in your hands. I still can't believe this is an actual thing. So let me take a moment to freak out. You've probably heard the term Book of the Heart. I'm aware every author says that, and you're rolling your eyes right now. But it's true in this case, I swear. A Curse of Roses is hugely important to me, and not just because I got to write about my hometown's legend. I wrote this book at a time when I was lost, angry, and starved for hope. Often I thought I'd never be able to do it. It was too painful, too hard, too raw, and it hit too close to home. For that reason, this story is deeply personal on various levels, born out of years of denial and trying to fit myself into a mold that everyone expected me to be in. In many ways, I still haven't broken out of it, but every day I get closer to finally breaking free. Some like to say queer and neurodivergent people are a new thing, that people like me are a modern invention. That is not true. We've always existed. We've just been erased, like so many others. We've also been taught history in a way that focuses on the victors and brush aside inconvenient facts for the sake of easier digestion. I also wanted a story about people who are nice and want nothing but each other's happiness. A story that leaves you with hope. Kindness is ultimately a choice, And it's not always easy or possible, but we should choose it whenever we can, not just when it is to our detriment. So I truly hope you enjoy Yobel and Fatchen's story, and that it helps you in some way. A story straight out of my heart to yours. Love, Diana. Okay. Let's see. Blue with gold font. This says, with just one touch, bread turns into roses. With just one bite, cheese turns into lilies. There's a famine plaguing the land, and Princess Jezebel is wasting food simply by trying to eat. Before she can even swallow, her magic, her curse, has turned her meal into a bouquet. She's on the verge of starving, which only reminds her that the people of Portugal have been enduring the same pain. If only it were possible to reverse her magic, then she could turn flowers into food. Fatjen, a beautiful enchanted Mora, is the only one who can help, but she is trapped by magical binds. She can teach Jezebel how to control her curse if Jezebel sets her free with a kiss. As the king of Portugal's betrothed, Jezebel would be committing treason, but what good is a king if his country is starved to death? With just one kiss, Fatia is set free, and with just one kiss, Jezebel is yearning for more. She'd sought out Fatien to help her save the people. Now loving her could mean Jezebel's destruction. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so that's everything in that box. Now on to the next box. Okay, so if I was right about the colors, this should be an adult one. And it is. This is the December 2020 adult fiction, and the theme is solitude. Let me move these worms out of the way. All right, this one looks like this. This one also has a strong scent. Maybe not quite as strong as the last one. All right, so it has something in a little burlap sack here. This is by Natural Pure Honest. It says, welcome back, Jason Desson. Absinthe, plum, altered memories. And it's roll-on perfume. Okay, so this is from Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. Oh, this says, Jason from Dark Matter by Blake Crouch lives a scientist's life. He uses his methods in real-life situations, showing the solitude he has experienced. This perfume roller is an Unplugged exclusive by Natural Pure Honest. Code Unplugged saves at naturalpurehonest.com. Let's smell it. Ooh. It smells good. Sweet. Okay, and I had to look to see what the enamel pen is. It looks like this. And this says, The Witcher Pen. Geralt lives a life of solitude while hunting monsters in the Witcher book series turned show. This pen was designed by Alicia's World at Alicia's World on Instagram and is the second in a seasonal series. And we have some more hot chocolate. This one's milky horchata cocoa. Then we have a candle here. It says Area X, blood orange cloves and green leaves. Ooh, I love blood orange. Okay, I smell it. What else am I smelling? I think it's the cloves. And then this is green and it's got glitter on it. Area X is a baffling place in Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation. It is a place of solitude where fauna and flora seem to flourish untouched. This candle was made exclusively for Unplugged by Geeky Girl Scents at geekygirlscents.com. I haven't like recognized any of the things in this box, like any of the fandoms. Okay, I had to look to see what in the world this was. This is Sweeney Todd Kitchen Cleaning Spatula. And on here it says, famous pie shop, Miss Lovett since 1846, guaranteed worst pies in London. And it looks like this. And so this is like, this gray part here is all like rubbery and can bend. And it goes like from thick here to fine. It says, Miss Levitt's meat pies are the best in London. She was living in solitude until Sweeney Todd came along to Fleet Street to help her with some new special ingredients to her infamous pies. This kitchen spatula acts as a squeegee to help scrape off food that is caked onto pots and pans. It is an Unplugged exclusive. Okay, so you can scrape around like that. Interesting. Okay. Okay, next up we have this really big pouch. So on one side it says, we make our own future. And on the other it says, we're far from perfect, but we are good. This thing is huge. And it's just a zippered pouch. Oh, and this is Supernatural. Cool, I might say this for my friend because she likes Supernatural. We have a thank you note in this one. Another reflection guide. On the back of this has our letter from the author. And we have a signed book plate. And then we have our paperback. The adult boxes are paperbacks usually, and the YA boxes are hardcovers. Okay, this is called The Lady Upstairs by Hallie Sutton. And it's a very floppy paperback. It's also relatively short. Looks like there's an interview with the author in the back. 293 pages. This says, a deliciously dark thriller about a woman who makes a living taking down terrible men, then finds herself in over her head with blood on her hands. The only way out, pull off one final con. And reading the letter says, Dear reader, what a year this has been. People always told me that the year you launch your first book is stressful and confusing and full of anxiety, but I don't think they had this in mind. For a long time this year, it was hard for me to even read. I don't know if that's happened to you, but it was painful to feel like I'd lost my ability to lose myself in a book at the moment when it would be most helpful to do so. It felt like something inside me had been turned off. The anxiety, the uncertainty. For a while, all that fear made it hard to enjoy the pleasures in life still available to me. It reminded me a little of the way I felt when I started writing my debut novel, The Lady Upstairs. The truth is, when I started writing The Lady Upstairs, I was completely heartbroken over someone. You know the kind of heartbreak. Can't eat, can't sleep. Every song that comes on the radio seems tailor-made to slice your heart open. That's not a cool thing to admit. I think I should say that I wrote this book purely out of outrage for the inequalities women face, both inside and outside of #MeToo movement concerns. And that's in there, of course. It was extremely cathartic to write a book where women could take strong actions against bad men and exercise agency in this tough, unapologetic way. But I also wanted to write a strong, sharp superhero of a woman who would never hurt over someone in the way that I, in that moment, could not stop hurting. Jo became that superhero, flinty, cynical, self-protective, a true femme fatale, and not just because it's actually her job to blackmail bad men and destroy their lives. But as I spent more time with her, I began to realize that Jo, like me, was really just a ball of feeling. From her relationships with her sometimes paramour and the blackmail agency's muscle and photographer, Robert Jackal, more emotionally fraught than either one of them would like to admit, to her relationship with her co-worker / best friend / maybe something more, Lou, the person who makes Jo feel the most herself, and even her relationship with Ellen, the young woman she's trained to take down, a lecherous mega movie producer who both rubs Jo the wrong way and in whom Jo sees versions of her younger, less hardened self. There's really no escaping the fact that Jo has a heart that feels deeply, even when perhaps mostly when she doesn't want it to. In the end, I think that contradiction and conflict is what felt most human about Jo to me. How do you reconcile your desire to protect yourself from the pain that deep feeling can bring without deadening yourself? And I think that relates to the challenges we're facing this year. It's been an incredibly sad, scary, hard year for so many people. Those who have lost loved ones, those who have lost jobs, with a still unknown future ahead of us. It's so tempting to turn ourselves off to the world, to say it's easier to live feeling less. But when you feel less, you miss the beautiful things, a flower blooming on your daily walk, the pleasure of sinking into a good book, all the complications and community that comes from connection with others. Thank you so much for being part of the journey of The Lady Upstairs, for connecting with Jo even when she's not sure she wants to, and for taking the ride with her, even when it's hard to turn your attention away from the rest of the world. I hope the book can bring a few beautiful moments into your life right now. Your new friend from afar, Haley Sutton. And then we have our signed book plate. Okay, so that is all in that box. Now let me get the next one. Okay, we have another orange red one, so adult. This is the November 2020 box, and the theme is encouragement. Let me move these worms out of the way, and it looks like so. Okay, the first thing I see in here is pancake mix. It is the Great Pumpkin Spice Pancakes. Alright, then we have a Books and Coffee lotion bar. Moisturize, caffeinate, read, repeat. And there's a quote on here. It says, "I'd rather take coffee than compliments just now." That was by Louisa May Alcott from Little Women. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, it looks like this. And it smells divine. Oh my goodness. I wish this was like, you could eat this. It smells so good. All right, next we have I think it's a candle. Breakfast at Oliver's. Cinnamon French toast. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. Okay, we've got coffee, pancakes, and French toast. There is definitely a theme going on here. This smells so good too. And it's white with red glitter. Oh, it smells good. All right, and then we've got a mug. This is a Game of Thrones inspired mug. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking like crazy in the background. Or maybe it's not my dogs, maybe the neighbors, but still, sorry if you can hear a lot of barking. And then we have, oh, spice. We have Aspen Mulling Cider Spices, original spice blend. Oh, we have a pack of spiced cider. Yum. And then I have no idea what, oh, I know what this is. It's actually, okay, so it's from Dragonfly Inn, which that's Gilmore Girls. And it's measuring spoons. I saw this and I was like, what is this? But they're measuring spoons. And it says Dragonfly Inn. Cute. And then we have a signed book plate and our book. And it's kind of like what looks like a little piece of candy or something on this signed book plate. Like, cute. So the book is Simmer Down by Sarah Smith. And did we, oh, I don't think we had a letter from the author. This one says, Nikki DeMarco, new life wouldn't be all sunshine and coconuts when she quit her dream job to help her mom serve up mouth-watering Filipino dishes to hungry beachgoers. But she didn't expect the Maui food truck scene to be so eat or be eaten, or the competition to be so smoking hot. But Tiva's Filipina Cuisina, wow, that's a mouthful. Tiva's Filipina Cuisina has faced bigger road bumps than the arrival of Calum James. Nikki doesn't care how delectable the British food truck owner is. He rudely set up shop next to her coveted beach parking spot. He's stealing her customers and fanning the flames of a public feud that makes her see sparks. The solution? Let the upcoming Maui Food Festival decide their fate. Winner keeps the spot, loser pounds sand. But the longer their rivalry simmers, the more Nikki starts to see a different side of Calum. A sweet, protective side. Is she brave enough to call a truce? Or will trusting Calum with her heart mean jumping from the frying pan into the fire? And this sounds like a fun contemporary romance. This particular box was a big hit. I liked like everything in it. Okay, next up we have another red one, so another adult. And this one is, oh, this was a limited edition box. This is their, it's not adult, it's actually their middle grade box for December 2020. Okay, got some of those worms out of the way. It looks like so. I'm excited to see what they put in this box. Okay, first off we have, it looks like a bath bomb in a little baggie. Oh, it smells good. And it's pink and blue. It is the Cheshire Cat, Cherries, Big Smiles, Disappearing Act. And it's a 4-ounce bath bomb. It smells really good. Okay, next up we have a mug. This is a Coraline enamel mug. Like one of those camping mugs. And then we have an Under the Sea hand soap. Who's Its and What's Its. And it looks like a starfish. Oh, it smells good. I'm loving all the soaps and stuff. Alright, something in a bag. Can't tell what it is. Whatever it is packed in there. Okay, I love this. It's a, hold on. Let me see if I can move the camera around and stuff so I can show you. It is a Peter Pan tapestry or picnic blanket, it says. And it says second star to the right, straight on till morning. And I absolutely love this. I will definitely be hanging that up somewhere to use. Okay, we got some more what looks like hot cocoa in this bag, but there's something else with it. This is also by Moonstruck, and it is creamy milk chocolate cocoa and something wrapped up in tissue paper. We have a ridiculously super cute spoon for stirring our cocoa. How freaking cute is that? And something wrapped up. So we have an Anne of Green Gables lip balm, and it's Anne's raspberry cordials. There's a little Mad Libs thing here, like fill in the blank. And there's also a scavenger hunt on the back. This is gonna be fun. Then we have another something that's wrapped. It is a Chronicles of Narnia pillowcase, and it is so soft, like super velvety. Oh, I love it. And it says, one day you will be old enough to start reading fairy tales again. I love this so much. I love Narnia. And then we have our book. And this one's a hardcover. Okay, the book is called Skye Song by Abby Elphinstone. And it's really pretty. Ooh. That's pretty. This says, the snowy kingdom of Erkenwald was once a magical place until an evil ice witch cursed the land and began stealing the voices of the kingdom's people to increase her powers. Eska is one of the many prisoners of the Ice Queen. Eska, with no memories of her past, only knows that she cannot allow the Ice Queen to take her voice, that it might be special in some way. The young inventor Flint sneaks into the Ice Queen's palace in an attempt to rescue his mother. He ends up rescuing Eska instead. Together, Flint and Eska must journey to the Nevercliffs and beyond in search of an ancient, long-forgotten song with the power to end the Ice Queen's reign and return voice back to the people of Erkenwald. This is the story of an eagle huntress, a boy inventor, and a wicked queen with a castle made from ice. But it's also a story about finding a place to belong, even in the farthest reaches of the world. And I also really like what it says on the back here. It says, once an adventure digs its claws in, there's not an awful lot you can do about it, especially when magic is involved. And the back is also really pretty. I think they did a great job with this middle grade box, and I hope they do more middle grade boxes. So that is everything that's in this box. Okay, next up we have a purple box, which I believe is going to be YA. Okay, and this, oh nope, this, well, I think it is YA, but this is another limited edition box. This is their Christmas with Unplugged December 2020 box. Okay, this one looks like so. Okay, we got something wrapped in tissue paper. Fiction Bath Co. The Mitchell Sisters. Vanilla Bean Sugar Cookies Body Lotion. Oh, it looks like it leaked a little. I don't get that scent. Okay, then we have a really cool looking like multicolor candle. And this is from Natural Pure Honest. It's hand poured. It says Princess Marie, Eldovia Snow, NYC Lights, and Peppermint Mocha. Those are the different layers. It's on top, it's an interesting scent because it's like peppermint, but I can smell something else there. I don't know. And we have a cute little tree on here. Okay, we have what looks like a letter from our author. And there's 2 books. So I guess maybe they're the author of both. Okay, so the first book is One More for Christmas by Sarah Morgan. And let me go ahead and open the other one. We also have, oh, this is not the same author. A Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday. Okay, I actually just recently read Sarah Morgan Christmassy book. She wrote The Christmas Sisters. There's a signed book plate in here. Is there in this one? There is in this one as well. Okay, so this one says, for sisters Samantha and Ella Mitchell, Christmas is their most precious time of year, a time for togetherness, love, and celebration. Most of all, it's about making up for everything their childhood Christmases lacked. But this year, they'll be buying presents for the most unexpected guest of all, their estranged mother. It's been 5 years since they last saw each other, but when their mom calls out of the blue and promises that this Christmas will be different, Samantha and Ella cautiously agree to spend it all together. Gail Mitchell is at the top of her career, but her success has come at a price, her relationship with her daughters. She never seemed to say or do the right things. Her tough love approach was designed to make them stronger, but instead managed to push them away, until a brush with her own mortality forces Gail to make amends. As the snowflakes fall on their first family celebration in years, the Mitchell women must learn that sometimes facing up to the past is all you need to heal your heart. And then the A Princess for Christmas one says, Leo Ricci's handling all he can, between taking care of his little sister Gabby, driving a cab, and being his Bronx apartment building super. But when Gabby spots a princess in a gown outside the United Nations trying to hail a cab, she begs her brother to stop and help. Before he knows it, he's got a real-life damsel in distress in the back seat. Princess Mary of Eldovia shouldn't be hailing a cab, or even in New York. But after her mother's death, her father plunged into a devastating depression, and the fate of her small alpine country fell on Marie's shoulders. She's taken aback by the gruff but devastatingly handsome driver, who shows her more kindness than she's seen in a long time. When Marie asks Leo to be her driver for the rest of her visit, he agrees, thinking he'll squire a rich miss around and make more money than he has in months. He doesn't expect to start longing for the unpredictable Marie, and when he and Gabby end up in Eldovia for Christmas, he discovers the princess, who is all wrong for him, may be the woman who is his perfect match. Well, that sounds super cute. And then the letter from Sarah Morgan says, Dear reader, I love writing books set around the festive season, and I've written one every year since I started writing. Christmas provides the perfect setting for a warm, funny, emotionally complicated story, and families don't come much more complicated than the Mitchell family in One More for Christmas. Sisters Samantha and Ella are estranged from their super successful mother, Gail, so when she has a change of heart and announces she will be joining them for Christmas, they are horrified. It promises to be a nightmare for everyone. I enjoy putting my characters in uncomfortable situations and seeing them wriggle around as they try and extricate themselves. And I had so much fun writing this book. It made me laugh, and I hope it makes you smile too. Most of all, I hope it leaves you feeling wrapped in warmth, which is what we all need from a good festive story. Happy reading, Sarah Morgan. Oh, and there's one on the back from Jenny Holiday. That says, "Dear reader, I will probably not surprise you that A Princess and Christmas was inspired by my love of Christmas romance movies, but you might be surprised to learn that my Christmas romance movie watching buddy is my dad. He loves them even more than I do. In 2017, I was visiting him over the holidays, and after a mini marathon of movies, I thought, I wonder if I could write something like this. You should consider yourself warned, though, that the heat level in this book is more in line with my other books than it is movies you might see on the Hallmark Channel. I hope you enjoy my story of Princess Marie in Eldovia and Leo Ricci, a New York City cab driver who rescues her when she needs a ride, only to find himself swept up in a gender-swapped Cinderella story. In the end, it's an open question as to who rescues whom. Happy holidays and all the best for the new year. It has been a tough year for many of us, but there are better days ahead." Okay, so that is all in that box. 3 more boxes to go. Okay, here's another one. It's purple. Maybe this one's YA. We'll see. Okay, this one is YA. This is the November 2020 box, and the theme is healing. Okay, so we have a Six of Crows book sleeve. I actually have another one that's just like this, and I'm not a really big fan of the material that they made it out of. It's very stiff, and even though it looks like it's wide, you can't fit a wide book in here because of how stiff it is. So, I'm not a fan of that. Who makes those? Azura Arts. Okay, with that out of the way, it looks like so. Oh, my battery is flashing, so let me go swap that out real quick. Okay, sorry if the angle changed. Next up, we have a little baggie here. The writing on this is so tiny. The Dreamer. I can't read what the first word says. Something ley lines. Cabeswater and Forest something. Lip balm. It's ridiculously tiny writing. But I do know that this is the Raven Boys. Ooh, that smells really good. I wonder if it says on the little card what this says, because I've got great eyesight, but that is really hard to see. Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay, we've also got some more cider. We have, what is this? Pure Bliss Body Confections and Unplugged Book Box. This is The Wilds. Matcha face mask with ingredients from the wilds. A little bitty thing. This matcha face mask is made from ingredients found in the wilds. The wilds are the only way to heal oneself in this dystopian novel, Delirium. Escape the loveless world in Lauren Oliver's Delirium with this relaxing mask created by Pure Bliss Body Confections for Unplugged. Okay, then we have like a mirror here, and on the other side it says, whether together or apart, they each deserve happiness. Shelby Mahoran, and this is Serpent and Dove inspired. And then we have Memphis Sea Salt and Poetry. It's a lotion. This one actually smells good. The one that said like vanilla bean and stuff, it didn't smell like that at all. But that smells nice. Oh, it's the Diviners. Memphis from the Diviners. Okay. Memphis Campbell from the Diviners by Libba Bray is a poet that has the power to heal. This lotion is as magical as the book it is inspired by. It was created by Sudsy Duck Soapery for this box. Alright. Then we have a bookmark. It says on one side, but I remember we're both stars, Estrelita and Orion, a fierce little star and a warrior constellation. And on the other side it says, but Lila Reyes from Miami was not without ideas and tricks. Very pretty though. Not sure what it's from. Oh, might be a spoiler. It's from the book. Then we have a signed book plate. And then we have this, it's very thin, and flexible. It is a Bookish cutting board. Or maybe I shouldn't say cutting board, but like cutting mat. This is really cute. I like this. I don't know if I want to cut it up, you know, like cut on it. Okay, then we have our book. And it is A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Namey. And it looks like so. I think that's like a pink foil. This says, for Lila Reyes, a summer in England was never part of the plan. The plan was 1, take over her abuela's role as head baker at their panaderia. 2, move in with her best friend after graduation. And 3, live happily ever after with her boyfriend. But then the trifecta happened and everything, including Lila herself, fell apart. Worried about Lila's mental health, her parents make a new plan for her. Spend 3 months with family and friends in Winchester, England to relax and reset. But with a lack of sun, a grumpy inn cook, and a small town lacking Miami flavor, both in food and otherwise, what would be a dream trip for some feels more like a nightmare for Lila, until she meets Orion Maxwell. A tea shop clerk with troubles of his own, Orion is determined to help Lila out of her funk and appoints himself as her personal tour guide. From Winchester's drama-filled music scene to the sweeping English countryside, it isn't long before Lila is charmed not only by Orion, but also by England itself. Soon a new future begins to form in Lila's mind, one that would mean leaving everything she ever planned behind. And this sounds cute. I love a travel-y kind of book too. Okay, that is everything in this box. Next up we have another red one, so I think adult. I don't see the card right away. Okay, it looks like this. We'll find the card. There's not actually a card in here. I guess they forgot. Okay, the first thing I see here is a wallet, and this is Darker Shade of Magic inspired. I know I'm actually rereading that this month and reading the second one as well. But it has White London, Black London, the Scorched Bone, the White Fortress. We've got Red London, the Night Market, St. Paul's Cathedral, Big Ben, Westminster, Grey London, Tower Bridge. This is cool. Inside, lots of compartments and zippered things. I'm not really sure what the deal is with these. It looks like a pair of gloves. It says, strange, isn't it, to love a book? I'm guessing either Night Circus or Carval. I can't really remember if this is from Carval or not. But what's strange is they're like grippy. Like rubbery grippies here. I don't know, are they supposed to be like, I don't know why they're grippy. Unless this is some kind of thing for like taking stuff out of the oven or something. I don't know. I'll have to like write them and ask them. They feel nice though, but I don't understand the grippy part. Okay, then we have Dorian Gray Ravishing Rose Hip Face Mask. Used to maintain a youthful glow. No sin necessary. And then we have Olive's Honeymoon Peach Mango Lip Balm. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe the Unhoneymooners? I don't know. I'm guessing because I don't have a card. I can't really smell anything. Next up we have Natural Pure Honest, Blackheath Manor, Noon Tea, Time Travel, and Vanilla. Blackheath Manor, that sounds familiar. I'm not sure which book that's from. Let's smell this lotion. That doesn't smell bad. It's kind of got like a perfumey cocoa butter smell. Then I'm guessing this is a little vial of tea, maybe. Gotten one of them before. I think they're really cute. I never used the tea. No, it's not a tea. This one is the Fairy Hideout and Unplugged Book Box Yet To Sea Salt, Pears, Memories. And it's bath salt. And they're just like little blue bath salts, and it comes in this cute little bottle with a cork. It's a very soft scent. Okay, we have some journaling prompts. We have a letter from Unplugged Book Box and some more journaling prompts, and then a very short letter from the author and a signed book plate. And then we have our book. Okay, this is The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Wagner. And this is floppy. Let's see, this says, sparks fly in this enchanting fantasy novel from the author of Unnatural Magic when a down-and-out fire witch and a young gentlewoman join forces against a deadly conspiracy. Delaria Wells, petty con artist, occasional thief, and partly educated fire witch, is behind on her rent in the city of Lice Court again. Then she sees the wanted sign seeking female persons of martial or magical ability to guard a lady of some importance prior to the celebration of her marriage. Deli fast talks her way into the job and joins a team of highly peculiar women tasked with protecting their wealthy charge from unknown assassins. Deli quickly sets her sights on one of her companions, the confident and well-bred Win Senilium. The job looks like nothing but romance and easy money until things take a deadly and undead turn. With the help of a bird-loving necromancer, a shape-shifting schoolgirl, and an ill-tempered, reanimated mouse named Buttons, Deli and Win are determined to get the best of an adversary who wields a twisted magic and has friends in the highest of places. And so I said we have a signed book plate. And then the letter from the author just says, Dear reader, I hope this little book can provide a brief escape from a long winter. Yours sincerely, C.M. Wagner. Okay, on to our final box. We have another purple one. So this is either YA or it's one of the special boxes. And it is YA. This is the January 2021, and the theme is prosperity. Okay, looks like so. Okay, we have a really cute beanie, and it says Tea Books Snow, and I love it. It's very simple. I'm gonna mess up my hair. It's okay. This is the last thing I think I'm gonna film for the day, so. Is it me? Alright, next up we have a candle. And this is Queen Kira, Vanilla, Pears, and Epic Duels. It says you are a queen and this is your game. Say Anything Studio Co. I don't get the pear. I can smell the vanilla a little bit. And it's pink with just the tiniest bit of glitter. Oh, it's from Slay. Kira Johnson only ever wanted to make a fun video game for black gamers. When her game, Slay, blows up, she's so excited to share the prosperity of success. However, things are not always what they seem. Okay, cool. Is this candy? Meet me at the Ferris wheel. Love, Simon. Cotton candy. These are little hard candies. Manufactured for Unplugged Book Box by Old North State Candy and Gifts. And this is in Thomasville, North Carolina. And they're cute. They're pink and blue like the cotton candy. And this is from Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. And, oh wait, I can't have these right now. I was about to open one and eat it, but I'm not supposed to be eating during this time of day. So I have to wait. I'll try one later. I'm sure they're delicious. Okay, something in a box. We have a Caraval travel mug. I don't know if it's going to focus on this picture or not. Yeah. And the lid looks like that. It's like a pop open kind of lid. We have a Passion Moon Potions Captain Alusa Room and Body Spray. Lily Koi and Hidden Maps. Oh, that smells good. I'm not really sure how to describe how it smells though. I don't know, it's fruity and sweet. Again, we have journaling prompts and just like a welcome to the new year from Unplugged Book Box. Ooh, an Alice in Wonderland bookmark. It says, "We are all mad here." I love this. And some more journaling prompts. And then we also have a letter from the author. And we have the Hunter Shadows Orange and Clove Lip Balm. And this is from We Hunt the Flame. Ooh, that smells good. I love orange stuff. All right, on to the book. Okay, we have Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant. And let's see, it's white with like a green font. And the letter from the author says, "Dear reader, I'm so thrilled to share Tessa's story with you. Happily Ever Afters is the book I needed growing up. I've always loved fluffy, swoony love stories, the kind with pink covers, hilarious meet-cutes, and grand romantic gestures. But when I was younger, I could rarely find girls that looked like me in them. And that led me to believing that maybe I didn't deserve the happy endings I read about in books. I hope that you walk away from Happily Ever Afters believing that everyone deserves a great love story. I hope it makes you feel seen, and most of all, I hope it brings you joy. Love, Elise." And so it didn't really tell me what the book was about, so we're going to read this. 16-year-old Tessa Johnson has never felt like the protagonist in her own life. She's rarely seen herself reflected in the pages of romance novels she loves. The only place she's a true leading lady is in her own writing, in the swoony love story she shares only with Caroline, her best friend. When Tessa is accepted into the writing program of a prestigious art school, she's excited to finally let her stories shine. But when she goes to her first workshop, the words are gone. Fortunately, Caroline has a solution. Tessa just needs to find some inspiration in a real-life love story of her own. And she's ready with a list of romance novel-inspired steps to a happily ever after. Nico, the brooding artist who looks like he walked out of one of Tessa's stories, is cast as the perfect Prince Charming. But as Tessa checks off each item on the list, she gets further away from herself. She risks losing everything she cares about, including the surprising bond she develops with Sweet Sam, who lives across the street. She's on her way to having her own real-life love story, but is it the one she wants after all? And it sounds really cute. Okay, so that is everything in that box. That is everything in all 14 boxes. This video, I have no idea how long it's going to end up being, because I know for me personally, it's taken a couple hours to do all this. So hopefully this video won't be too ridiculously long. Out of all of the items here, it is so hard to decide what my favorite would be. I really love this Peter Pan tapestry, but also I really like this little Bookish beanie. What's your favorite item? Comment down below and let me know. Also, which book are you most excited for out of all of these? Have you read any of them? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know. I think I am most excited for... I didn't narrow it down too much. I mean, I am excited for all the Once Upon a Book Club books and all of that, but I don't want to pull any of them out of those boxes. Out of the unplugged ones, I'm really feeling these rom-coms like a Christmas, Princess for Christmas, Simmer Down, and Happily Ever Afters. But I'm also really interested in this middle grade. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye!